Good evening. This is Andrea Richards Scott, the Purpose Guide with ARS Professional Development, and I would like to welcome you to this month's mentor coaching call. We're going to be talking about taking action tonight. The purpose of a man is in action, not thought. That's what Thomas Carlyle said. So in other words, you can sit around and think about something. You can even make concrete plans, but until you take action, nothing much will ever happen. What action do you need to take today to ensure your success? I really want you to take a moment and think about that. Answer that question and then do it, and you will be well on your way to achieving your goal. In order to learn to walk, a toddler must first put one foot in front of the other. It's pretty much the same thing with taking action. We have to do the actions required in order for us to achieve success. You must learn to take systematic, successive steps so that you will experience forward moving. This builds momentum and gets you to where you want to go. You got to make a decision to get an accountability partner, learn from role models, determine your steps, and then follow through. So we're going to be talking tonight about taking action. Amelia Earhart said, the most difficult thing is the decision to act. The rest is merely tenacity. The fears are paper tigers. You can do anything you decide to do. You can act to change and control your life, and the procedure, the process is its own rewards. So let's talk about making a decision today. See, a decision is a choice. Everything in life is about choice. Believe it or not, you made the choice to be exactly where you are at this very moment based upon the decisions that you've made. Decisions, it's up to you to make decisions that are in line with the things you say that you want. In order to turn your dreams into reality, you must make a decision today to take action. You've heard it before, but it bears repeating here. It's all about results. If you continue to do what you've always done, you're going to continue to get what you've always gotten. In fact, you've heard the definition of insanity. Continuing to do the same thing, expecting different results. Are you satisfied with where you are today? No matter how successful you've been up until this moment, you have more untapped potential. You have greatness inside of you. Make a decision today to take the necessary action to reach your goals. So as with each month, we have action challenges that you can do to help you to internalize this material a little bit more. So tonight's action challenge, what decisions have you been putting off? I want you to think about that. Go ahead and pull out your journal or a piece of paper and write the answer to that question. What decisions have you been putting off? And so how has this impacted your progress this year? Has it been a negative impact? Have you been able to see the impact of it? How has it impacted your progress this year? What do you plan to do differently next year? What structures or support will you put in place to help you to improve your decision-making process or abilities for next year? Write down your decision in your journal. What decision will you make right now to change the way things have been going? I had a conversation with my accountability partner today, and one of the things we talked about was what was the 2011 plan, where are we with that plan, and what's going to be different next year. I want you to do the same thing. What did you plan for 2011? Has it come to fruition? What decisions did you make that either enhanced or prevented you from reaching your goals? And what decisions will you make going into 2012? Stephen Covey says, accountability breeds responsibility. And I thoroughly agree with that. When you have someone that you can be held, that you can be accountable to, or somebody who will hold you accountable, it makes all the difference in the world in terms of what you're going to do. So I want to encourage you to get an accountability partner. Sharing your plans. I think the reason most people fail is because they keep their plans to themselves. They protect their dreams from embarrassment or disappointment. Of course, they're naysayers. I'm not suggesting that you go around telling everyone about your dream. No, there are way too many naysayers and dream killers out there. What I'm advocating is an accountability partner. You need to have someone who calls you to task when you're procrastinating or when you're doing something that is in conflict with your goal. An accountability partner is going to help you stay on task, and they're also going to help you brainstorm and get unstuck. Your accountability partner is a trusted resource. This is a partner who you truly trust. You need to find someone that you can check in with on a regular basis so that you can stay on track. Your accountability partner must be trustworthy. They have to have integrity, and they must respect your privacy. You could use a personal or a professional coach. If you don't have someone like that in your life, if you don't have an accountability partner or someone like that in your life, a good friend, a confidant, someone like that, then try a life coach or a professional coach. A professional coach serves as an excellent accountability partner. Not only will they respect your privacy, they will journey along with you towards the accomplishment of your goals. So let's talk about the action challenge. Again, pull out your journal, and I want you to really think about these questions and these statements, and I want you to go ahead and make some notes. As always, if you want to go ahead, if you're listening to this after the fact, and you want to go ahead and pause the recording so that you can take the time, spend the time necessary to answer the questions, please feel free to do so, and then join me when you're done. If you don't already have an accountability partner, I want you to determine who in your network will serve that role. Think about all the people that you know and all the people that you come into contact with on a regular basis. And I want you to determine who will you ask to be your accountability partner. Schedule a meeting with your accountability partner. Go ahead and get on their calendar right now, or first thing in the morning, or whenever it's most convenient. But get on their calendar as quickly as you can and make sure that you set aside ample time, about an hour or so that you can go through some of your desires, your goals, your dreams, and your decisions with them. And then share the decision that you made in your journal, that you wrote down in your journal. Share that with your accountability partner and ask them to hold you accountable to it. Andy Rooney said, I've learned that the easiest way for me to grow as a person is to surround myself with people that are smarter than I am. And I totally agree with this. I always like to say that if you are the smartest person in the room, then you really need to go get new friends. You definitely need to expand your network. So role models are people that you admire. Who do you admire the most? Who has already accomplished the things that you are trying to do? These are the people that you need to surround yourself with. You need to seek them out and interview them. Buy them lunch. Take them out for coffee. Ask them how they did what they did. Find out what obstacles they faced and what they did to overcome them. Pick their brains. Yeah. Usually people who are successful are more than willing to spend a little time with people who are serious about their own success. Remember, you have to offer assistance to them. If possible, find out how you can help them. In doing so, you'll be able to watch them firsthand as they go about the success in their own lives. Study the masters. Sometimes the people that we admire the most are not the people that are right there with us. If you're not able to find someone that you can sit down with, study the masters. There are numerous books and articles written about successful people, both living and deceased. Let them mentor you. Soak up all the information that you can about them. Follow the leader. Find out how they think and how they solve problems. When faced with tough decisions, ask yourself, what would they do? And then do it. So our action challenge. Who are your role models? Go ahead and write that in your journal. Make a list. Who are the people that you admire the most? They could be someone that you know personally. They could be someone that's in the public eye and you don't know them that well. This could be someone who may even be deceased at this point but has accomplished the kinds of things that you admire, that you'd like to accomplish. What have you learned from them? What do you want to learn from them? How can they help you? What support do you need from them? Think about this for a minute. What kind of support can they give you? And then, what do you have to offer, or what support can you provide to them? All right, go ahead and write that down in your journal. Michael Jordan said, "Fear is an obstacle for some people, but it's an illusion for me." Think about that from your perspective. Could it be possible that you could see fear as an illusion? See, fear is one of those things that typically stops us from making progress, stops us from moving forward in our own lives. And so if you have this perspective that Michael Jordan had about fear, then it will enable you to keep moving regardless of what fear comes up or what obstacles come up. Determine the steps that you need to take. So you need to get unstuck. This might be the toughest part about the action process because it's the one we tend to get stuck in. We need to try to get all the knowledge that we can to figure everything out before we take action. Let me repeat that. What we try to get all the knowledge and we try to figure everything out before we take action. And this is why we get stuck, because we think we have to have it all figured out. Do what you can. You have to do what you can with what you have right now. Don't worry about getting smarter or getting more or waiting until something else happens. Stop waiting for things to work out. Don't wait to get started. Go ahead and do it. Don't wait till you're totally prepared. Just pick a few steps that you will act on today. Keep in mind that any positive step that you take will move you forward. Even if you don't end up exactly where you've planned to go, you've gained a new perspective and you're open to new opportunities. Put it down in writing. This is really important because a lot of times we have stuff floating around in our heads, and that's what overwhelms us. That's what keeps us stuck. That's what keeps us out of focus with where we want to go. But we need to determine the steps that you will take to bring yourself closer to your goal. Determine the steps that you're going to take. Then write them down. In fact, do it right now. Don't delay. Get in your journal. Write down the steps that you need to take to move yourself forward on whatever goal you are facing right now. So let's go into our action challenge. You have your journal handy, so determine what's holding you back. You know, typically when we're not making forward movement towards our goal, it's usually because there's some kind of challenge or maybe a fear, something that has come up that stopped us from moving forward. When we initially came up with the goal, we were excited about it, and we couldn't wait to accomplish it. And then life happened, and things changed, and fear came up, and all kinds of challenges stopped us from doing what it is we said we want to do. Think about where you are right now. How close are you to that goal that you wanted to meet? If you're satisfied with it, that's great. Start planning new goals. But if you're not satisfied with where you are, determine what is holding you back. And then think about, what can you do right now? Like what little thing can you do that will move you forward? Break that cycle of being stuck in a rut. Determine what steps you can take right now to begin that process. Just one thing. Doesn't have to be a huge step either, just one thing. What can you do to move forward? Go ahead and write in your journal the commitment that you are willing to make in order to be successful in this area. Just this discipline is the bridge between goals and accomplishment. And I think that's important because I think a lot of times we have these great goals that we want to accomplish. We make these lists. I know I have a list of 101 goals that I want to accomplish. So we make these lists and we're really excited about them, and truly these are things that we want to do. But the question is, how committed are we to that? How disciplined are we willing to be in order to get to the end state? What are we going to do to continue to be disciplined as we go after our goals so that we can accomplish them? I love the Nike slogan, just do it. And I think that sounds really simplistic, and I think that's what makes it such a great slogan. Just do it. Like, what is stopping you from just doing it? I know that there are fears that come up. I know there are 101 excuses. There are really sometimes some good reasons, and that really is all those reasons are the excuses. What's stopping you from going forward and doing what you said you want to do? Just do it. Nike's slogan is great. You know, if we truly lived like that, the world would be a totally different place. Planning it is good, but just doing it is better. Confucius says a journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step, and that's what it's all about. Just do it. And how can we get to that point where we're fearless and we just do it? You know, take that first step. You'll never see any results until you finally take that first step. And then once you take that step, take the next step and the next step and the next step. And then one day you wake up and you look up and you look down the road and you see that you've come quite a distance from where you started. That only happens if we take that first step. Change the world. Joe Barker says, vision without action is merely a dream. Action without vision just passes time. Vision with action can change the world. Don't you want to be a world changer? Don't you want to take your vision and combine it with positive action, not just activity, because we don't want to just pass time, but we want to change the world. Are you dreaming, passing time, or are you ready to finally change the world? You know, whatever it is that you are focused on, that thing that you've been called to do, that was given to you so that you could change the world. Whether you're changing your home, your community, your nation, or the entire world, you have been given a gift, and it is your responsibility to make sure that you use that gift to change the world. Successful people follow through on their plans. They know what they want, and they go after it. They systematically and consistently take steps towards their destiny. So here's our action challenge. It's the last one for this session. So I want you to take some time and really, really think about this. Start your journey now by taking a single step. So take a moment and think about what that single step looks like. I want you to close your eyes really think about this right now. As you think about it, I want you to see yourself taking that step. Where are you headed? Where is that step leading you? How is that single step going to help you to change the world? What do you need to do to motivate yourself to move forward? Okay, go ahead and open your eyes. I want you to write down in your journal what you saw. Where did you see yourself heading? What step were you taking? And how is that going to change the world? Now, I want you to be very, very clear with yourself. Follow through to take your vision to the next level. So we've been talking tonight about taking action. And this is a pivotal thing in our success plan, because a lot of times we want something desperately and we talk about it and we talk about it. We even sometimes go as far as creating plans about it. We have documents and emails and all kinds of resources that we've collected in support of our plans. But have we taken the steps necessary to get those things that we say we want? I want to encourage you to take the time to really figure out your action plan. Figure out the plan that you're going to use to take action to go after your goals, and then don't leave that plan on paper. Do something about it. Like the Nike slogan says, just do it. You have been listening to tonight's call on taking action, and I just want to thank you once again for joining us for the monthly calls. And I would like you to take an opportunity to visit our website at www.purposeguide.com, and also like us on Facebook at www.facebook.com/ARSPD